Hey guys, so I thought I would just have a sit down video and talk to you guys about 10 tips and tricks for solo traveling. I traveled for 3 months by myself over in Southeast Asia, literally on the other side of the world, and it was so much fun. So much fun. I learned a lot about myself, about traveling, because I've never traveled by myself before, and I really haven't traveled that much in my life at that point, but it was really exciting, and I learned a lot about myself and everything. So I thought I'd just give you some advice for people that are thinking about traveling solo, especially as a woman. I know personally, before I even started traveling, before I even left, how many people were like, "You're going by yourself? Why would you go by yourself? You're a girl." Like, things like that. And I understand it's because they care about you and they love you and they don't want you to get hurt, and they think, oh, well, you're a girl, like, we're not gonna, it's a little bit harder for women, which is true. But not as bad as the media makes it out to be. It actually wasn't as scary as people make it to be. I probably had one scary experience and that was it throughout my whole 3 months. Other than that, I don't know. It's amazing. If you're a girl and you're thinking about traveling by yourself and people are telling you, oh, you shouldn't do it, do it. I promise you it's totally worth it. So get yourself a nice little cup of tea. I have mine in my lovely boob mug, and enjoy. Tip number 1, pack less than you think you need, because I promise you don't need as much as you think you do. Like, pack what you want to pack, then cut that in half, then cut that half in half, because I promise you, you do not need that much stuff. And if you're going to Southeast Asia especially, like, it's not Europe, so it doesn't have everything, it's not as westernized, but it's still fairly westernized. They have everything, and trust me, you're gonna want to buy stuff there more than wear the things that you brought. You're gonna want to buy the clothes that are there, you're gonna want to buy whatever. So pack way less than what you think you need. Tip number 2, don't be afraid to talk to people. Everyone is so friendly, and I promise you, they're not as scary as you think they are. They're not gonna think you're as weird as you think you are. When you're in Southeast Asia, everyone smiles at you, everyone says hi, everyone wants to talk to you, everyone's so kind. So don't be afraid to talk to people. Get out of your comfort zone. Just go talk to a random person at a cafe. I promise they will talk back and they won't be weirded out about it. Tip number 3, meet people and travel with them. That was the best time that I had. It was my 3rd or 4th day. Actually, no. My first day, I think I was still in Tokyo or something, like on my flight to go to Bangkok. And I met a girl that was from Colorado, same as me. She was going to the same place, and we hung out the first day, and it was awesome, and I've talked to her since. And then my 3rd day into my trip, I met 2 girls from Canada who were like some of my bestest friends. I love them so much. And I traveled with them for like 2 weeks. I met them in one day. We clicked, hit it off, and then they were traveling together, and they were like, hey, do you want to travel with me? I'm like, sure, I'll go. That sounds like a lot of fun. So don't be afraid to travel with people. I promise you, it is so much fun. Just travel with people. Tip number 4, don't spend your money on stupid tourist crap. You don't need that stuff. You're gonna bring it back and then you're gonna lose it or not use it at all. Buy like a pair of elephant pants just to have because they're comfortable. Buy like little things for your family, but don't buy a lot. You don't need it. I promise you, you don't need that stuff. It's a waste of your money that you could be using on other fun things. Like, spend your money on cool things you can go do. Like, there's like a bunch of stuff that you can spend your money on. My favorite thing that I did was going to an elephant sanctuary and making medicine for the elephants and feeding them and bathing them. That was so worth my money than on stupid crap that I don't need, because that memory will stay in my brain for forever. That crap that you buy, you'll have it for maybe a year and then it'll be gone. And if you're backpacking for a while, think, your backpack can only hold so much. Don't you want like cool things to bring back? Just saying. Spend it on meaningful things, not stupid stuff. Tip number 5, look at local transportation. Instead of taking planes everywhere, which gets more expensive, look at the local buses and the trains And the boats, like, they have everything. I promise you, it's more fun to take those forms of transportation than flying. It might take longer to get to a place, but it's cheaper, it's more affordable, and it's just more fun. I love the buses, even though they were like 12 hours. Sometimes they get really tiring, but I just enjoyed it because it was time that I could just have to myself and think and read and relax, because traveling, when you're traveling for a long time, it gets very exhausting. You get very exhausted, and it's nice to just have time to sit and do nothing and just chill, because I promise you, you're doing stuff all the time. Like, you think you're like have all this time, it's like a vacation. No, you're constantly doing stuff because it's fun, but you get really exhausted. So take local transportation. Trains are a lot of fun. Like, I stayed up and played cards with people, and it was really fun. So take local transportation. Also, side tip for that, in Southeast Asia, they have like Lyft, I think they have, and then in Indonesia they have Gojek. It's just like Uber here in America, but use that. It's cheaper. It can be kind of a pain sometimes, but it's safer. Which brings me to my next tip, which is like, what, 5 or 6? I don't really, I've lost track of the numbers. My next tip is spend more money for safety. Even though I said just because you're a woman does not mean that you can't travel by yourself, but it does come with somewhat of a little less safety element to it. Just in general, you're in a foreign country, you don't know where you are. That's just life. Spend more money on safety, just for your peace of mind. If it's a few extra dollars, it's a few extra dollars, but it's your life. Just do it. It'll make you feel better. Just spend the little extra money. Tip number 7 or 6, I don't know, I think it's 7. Tip number 7, ask the locals for places to go. They have really cool places. They are so willing to share all of the amazing places that their country has to offer. They want to show you around. They want to show off their country. So ask them. They will find places that aren't on Pinterest and, you know, like touristy blogs or whatever. They will show you cool, are you kidding me? Truck just passed. They will show you cool local places that you can enjoy and experience that most people don't get to experience. So ask the locals. They're super willing to help. Tip number 8, spend time alone. I know what you're thinking. Oh, I'm traveling by myself. Aren't I alone all the time? No. If you're staying in hostels, you're not alone. You are with people all the time. You meet people, then they'll be like, hey, you want to go do this today? And you'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll go. So honestly, you're never alone. You don't have time to be by yourself and read a book or whatever unless you force yourself to take that time. Spend time alone. Trust me, you get really exhausted, you get run down because you're not in your natural, you know, day-to-day life of doing your normal things. You are constantly doing new things that are so exciting, but it's draining. It drains your energy. So just spend the time to go sit on the beach for a few hours and by yourself and read a book and listen to music, or just lay there, or do anything by yourself. It's so nice. We don't spend enough time by ourselves. We constantly want to be around people, which I get, but spending time by yourself is one of the most important things. Number 9, be open. Be open to new experiences, be open to new cultures and things to do, everything. Because isn't that the whole point of traveling, is being open and experiencing new things? That's the whole point of traveling, in my mind. One of the best things you can experience is just be open to everything. Be open to possibly you had a plan going here, but you're going there. That's my last tip. Number 10, don't make plans. Don't make plans. I literally had my first 3 days planned. I flew into Bangkok and I had my flights to Bangkok. I did not have a return flight because I didn't know when I was returning. So I had my flight there and I had 3 nights of accommodation booked, and that was it. And I was like, well, when I get there, maybe I'll just figure out where I'm going next. And I did. I met those 2 Canadian girls and we traveled together. So don't make plans, because let's be honest, they're not gonna work out how you plan anyways. I wasn't planning to go to Bali as soon as I did, and I went to Bali for a whole month and had the best time. I wasn't planning on doing my yoga training when I was there, and I signed up and did it anyways. So life is better when you're not making plans. Isn't that a quote? I think that's how it goes. But honestly, it is. The best time of my life was those 3 months. Not making plans, meeting people, going places, having new experiences, and then coming home when I felt was the right time for me to come home. And I planned on staying and traveling longer, but it felt right. So follow your intuition, don't make plans, just enjoy life as it comes. And last, just enjoy. Enjoy this experience because not everyone gets to do this. Not everyone has the privilege and luck to be able to just go for months and travel. So just enjoy and appreciate the time that you get to experience the world. So those are my tips for solo traveling. That's all I got for you. So I hope you enjoyed this and your cup of tea that I literally did not drink any of mine. Go have fun, go travel the world, make memories. You got this. Love you. Bye.